Hello again, viewers, and greetings, fellow space travelers. This is Dawn of Night, and welcome to episode 20 of my Refugee to Regent Challenge series. And today I am going to get started on the actual work part of the stone the stone Hamlet stage of this challenge. I've gone ahead and crafted the stone tools that I'm going to need. Oh, I should probably make some more armor. And I am going to more than likely just a rough plan for this series. I'm probably going to do some work towards getting the wall built a little bit during each episode. Just a little bit of progress each go round, and see if I can get it to wrap up about the same time that I wrap up the Stone Hamlet stage. If I get it done much sooner, all the better. If it takes a little bit longer, then maybe I'll try to figure out some additional stuff to do during those episodes. But for today, I wanted to get to work on some of the simpler stuff. I did make the one-time extension of, I guess, it's not so much the rule of cool so much as it's a lot easier to write things down on the computer than it is in the book, because if you want to change the text in the book, you have to hit backspace and delete all the characters and then type it all back up. At least with the computer, I can just get to where the item is and mark it done or make notes or whatever on the fly. So I'm making just for that one thing that exception, and I'm not using any more metal or redstone or anything like that for anything during this stage. But one thing that I am definitely going to need to get to work on is making some furnaces. Or should that be furni? Anyway, uh, all the houses are going to need furnaces, and on top of the furnaces, I am also going to make one of the... Oh, I'm sorry. Once again, by working in a different map, it is... Where's the thing? It's in cheat mode, and I do not intend for that to be in cheat mode for this series. I'm not using it. Anyway, one of the things that I want to work on is the smeltery. There we go. I need to get some seared stone and seared bricks and whatnot and make a smeltery. And I might eventually make some of these brain of the smeltery. Ooh, that's new to me. Seared roads and things like that. But for the most part, what I'm wanting to do with it is, at least during this stage, I will use it for perhaps smelting some glass or some sand into some clear glass, maybe. Some stone into some seared stone, and more than likely, I'm going to start just plowing away at wherever it was. I think it's over that direction. The gravel quarry, as it will turn out to be, so I can start accumulating gravel to make the brownstone roads for later on in the series. But that will require, I believe, aluminum. Let's see what that is in this mod pack. Come on. Rough brownstone. What's the recipe? Tin. Oh, tin, electrum. Oh, electrum makes 9. Oh, with compressed gravel. That makes sense. And then molten electrum with double compressed. Oh, it can just make a whole bunch of it at once. With a whole bunch of molten electrum. But that's going to be something in the future. I'm not worried about the ores so much right now, but I do want to start collecting a bunch of gravel. But first things first, I want to figure out where I'm going to put uh, the smeltery as part of a structure, and I was thinking, well, hold on. If I, well, I could put it right here. That might make a little bit of sense, actually, to put it right there. The other option is I could put it out past where I'm going to have the armor and weapon merchant and all of that. So I'll have to figure that out. But I need to get to work on making some upgrades to the houses and the ilk of furnaces and maybe some of the other decorations and things that are needed. For the houses that already are in existence that have these barricades as the windows, I might, at least for the most part, leave them as barricades. Maybe my house I'll change over to having glass, or later on when I have to, in the challenge, when I have to basically abandon this house and give it to an elder and make a new house for myself, I will more than likely. I just walked right outside and didn't even look to see if there's anything out here that spawned. Lovely. I might use glass on my future house, but for right now, I like the oak barricades, so I'm going to leave them for pretty much everything that I already have. Um, but I need to get to work on doing a little bit of updating to some of the structures in the interest of catching up to the furnace and other stone-related materials. I'm not going to be tearing down and rebuilding the existing structures. As a matter of fact, I might continue at least as far as the like the refugee places and some of the other buildings. I might continue just leaving them as wood structures or building them as wood structures, and then just using stone as a special material for some of the other buildings. We'll see. But I'm going to go ahead and cut here, get to work on counting and distributing furnaces and seeing what else needs to be done to upgrade any of the existing houses for sure. And then I will be back with what my first big project is going to be this episode. Hopefully I'll be able to get at least a couple of things done. Anyway, I just wanted to get this started. Oh, one other thing. I am more than likely, if I remember to, I'm more than likely to be uploading the map that I am using so that you can download it and take a look at it yourself, run around, see if there's anything that you like. Maybe you might find something interesting that I haven't found, and you might be able to tell me about it. But we'll see about that, especially if I remember to upload the map. Anyway, I'm going to get to work, and I'll be right back. Alright, so here's the plan. Today, I'm going to go ahead and set up the building where the smeltery slash forge, whatever, is going to be. It's going to be right over that way near where the armor and weapon merchants are going to be set up. And also, in that same area, pretty much right over there somewhere, is going to be the Hamlet Mine. And I'm going to need the mine in order to get enough resources to start building the wall anyway, so I figure I might as well get started on it. Hopefully I won't run into too many things that cannot be dug through by way of stone implements. I do need to go ahead and craft the stone pickaxe for Tinker's Construct, but that's easy enough to accomplish. The wall, let's see here. How big of an area? If I hit zoom, no, that's as far as it goes. I'm thinking that as far as the wall is concerned, oops, Z. No, not Z. I can't click. There we go. or I can't type X. I think as far as the wall is concerned, what I'm going to do is have the wall come up to the edge of the watchtowers. And I might even incorporate the watchtowers into the wall. Probably will, because as I recall, all the watchtowers that I already built have the actual tower itself facing out from the center of the city. So what I can do is just have the wall butt up against here, like so, right in line with this part of the tower, and just have the tower part of it. I will be replacing the lowest block with, or maybe the lowest couple blocks with cobblestone, and then leaving the rest as wood. Now, I am going to have to add a couple more watchtowers. I think, let's see here. Hold on, let me bring up this little cheat sheet that I've got here. Two more watchtowers. And they're probably, one of them is probably going to go right next to, or very close to the watchtower that's right there, where you can see the top of it right there at my crosshairs. And I don't know, the next one, I might actually put the watchtower out in that direction a little bit. That way I can have something on all four sides, but the second one there is going to be most important, at least for now, because I want to use that as the road going over to the next town, or the next village, or whatever. Now, another thing that I was planning on doing is adding a couple more floors to the Tribulation Tower, and I might do that this episode, but for right now, what I want to do is focus on getting the mine set up and getting started on the wall itself, so I know where it's going to be. I have some cobblestone already, not a whole lot, and I'll just have to start digging away. No big deal there. But I did go ahead and make most of the things that I'm going to need for the smeltery itself, and I have some spare seared brick, and I can always make more grout. So I'm going to be building the hovel. I thought for sure I had the red book. Wait, is that it? Yes, there it is. Take that with me. Now, get out of my way. The smeltery, I think I'm going to make it all out of stone. But there is one thing that I was looking at that I might use as part of the motif, and that is the stuff that I found, let's see here, called, give me a second, aha! Temple block. It's sort of a bluish color, and it requires smooth stone, 8 of it, and some sort of blue dye. Where, oh where am I ever going to get blue dye, I wonder? I have tons of it, and each one of those makes 8, so yeah, I'm good to go for blue stone. And I can probably also maybe make some sort of brown stone also, not to be confused with the brown stone from Tinker's Construct. So I have some options if I want to try to keep the color motif, but I do want to build it out of stone. So I'm going to get to work on that and start setting up for the Hamlet Mine, and get to work on laying out the outer perimeter wall. And I'll be back to give you an update on how things are going. Okay, guys, I have gone around the perimeter of where I want the wall to be and set up a ring of torches. And I'm going to do something real quick. Just this once to show you the scope of the size of how big I want the city wall to be, how big the inner part of the city is going to be. Let me get over here. And I'm going to, just this once, do, well, let's, just in case it takes too long. Why was that on easy? Oh well. Let's see here. This, and then that, then this. Yes. Oh, also let's make it nighttime. Is that gonna work? No. Midnight. Alright, that's good enough. This is where I've got the ring of torches, and it goes all the way around where I'm going to be putting the wall eventually. The wall is going to be 4 tall and 2 wide, and also it's going to have a lip to protect from spiders. What that is also going to mean is I'm going to need to put torches all over the interior of the city so things won't spawn inside the city. That's going to probably be a lot of torches. Did I miss a torch spot? I may have. Ooh, getting some lag. Let's see here. There to there. That's good. Oh, that didn't use a torch. Ooh, getting lag again. Throw that away. Alright. It's going to come over this way. And let me bring up the map. Zoom all the way out. There we go. You can get a better picture of how big it's going to be that way. It does connect up with the existing watchtowers, and it will be there will be another watchtower over here. Let's see here. Oh, I keep doing that. Probably right here. That way there's 2 facing this way. And there will also be a road coming out straight from there, heading out towards the village eventually. Oh, I keep doing that. Let's see here. I guess it doesn't like me flying while I'm recording. And then you can see the perimeter go over there. Now, the other watchtower that I was wanting to put up is probably going to go, let's see here. Probably right about here looks good. Maybe right here. And then that's going to give access to all the stuff in that direction towards the northeast, and then off to the northwest there's that little isthmus that goes out towards where the original spawn point was, as I recall. So I have the perimeter laid out. I did it again. I don't know why I keep hitting Z instead of X. Let's get back over here and put everything back to the way it's supposed to be. First off, let's sleep through the night. Oh, wrong door. Now, there are a couple of things that I looked up real quick to see what I could possibly be doing in this stage. So, let's turn that off. Turn that back to recipe mode, and then put that on normal, not easy. Okay, the first thing that I looked up and found was the Digger's Backpack. The recipe for that is, whoops, it's not going to tell me the recipe by clicking on that. There we go. 2 smooth stones, some wool, some string, and a chest. And that holds most of the things that are not ores that you're going to find when digging: sand, gravel, dirt, grass blocks if you have silk touch, flint, obviously, probably some other stuff, maybe quicksand, I don't know. Probably a whole bunch of other stuff that I'm not aware of will be able to go into this. But most importantly is this is where cobblestone goes when you have it equipped and it is able to accept items. And that's going to help me a lot digging down in the mine. Another thing that I found, which is probably going to come into handy here soon enough, let me go ahead and I think I should have a bone in here. Yes. I need a bone, and I have smelted a bunch of smooth stone already, and I need 3 of these, unless I already made a bowl. I'm not sure. I don't think I have. I should probably make a whole bunch of bowls and just put them over in the cafeteria or cafe or whatever. Might do that. But I need a bowl, 4 smooth stone, and I'll just do this here. A bone meal to get a watering can. And if I go stand in water, it will provide an infinite supply of basically slow acting bone meal. I'm right clicking now and you don't see any particles, and that's because it hasn't been filled. So let's get over to where some water is and demonstrate this real quick. And here's some water now. I think you can just right click on it. Yeah, right click on water and you're able to get this. I hear a spider somewhere. And then let's come in here. I'll turn this off. Break these. Oops. And there we go. Replant that. Good old-fashioned watering can. It accelerates the growth of many, but not all of the plant types. There are some that seem to be immune to the effects of this, but a lot of the plants will grow. Most importantly, trees and the vanilla plants like wheat, sugar cane, carrots, potatoes. I think cacti will work, and it also spreads grass, so that can be helpful in the future. But this is great for accelerating the growth of food things. It really helps. So I'm going to put this, I guess I'll put it just in here for right now, because I'll be using it out this way a lot, at least for now. Another thing that I saw that I think I'm going to include in all the houses and probably put one on each of the tables in the cafe is this thing called a stone mug. And it's just 7 stone in that configuration, and wonder what that's about. And it's useful for being able to make coffee, which can be used to make dark coffee, and that's dark coffee to dark coffee. That's weird. You can also make just regular coffee by adding sugar and milk. Oh, then recook it. Okay. But basically, the mugs look kind of interesting, especially when you hold them. Another thing that I found is something called concrete, which is just some stone, the smooth stone specifically, and some rebar. That's something I'm going to have to deal with in the future because rebar requires metal, but I'm going to just file that away under useful information. Uh, Hopefully I will be able to remember that. It looks like it's a neat product, and there's also a type of concrete that can be used with the chisel mod. Let's see here. I think just that one. And that's clay, sand, and a bucket of water. I don't think bottles of water will work. I will try it later, but this can be chiseled into different designs, so that's kind of neat. Another thing, to go with the motif of the colors for this, the blue and the white, for the structures in town that I'm going to be making out of stone and stone products. Another thing to go with the temple block that I demonstrated earlier. Actually, why don't I just go ahead and make a thing of temple blocks? But another thing that I found is called holy stone, and it requires a feather. And there's also uh, gravel white stone and smooth white stone as well as black stone. But I want to see what the holy stone looks like. I will need 16 stone. I will need a feather, I believe. Let's look that up. Oh, there? Yeah, I will need a feather. Should have a feather in here. Or down at the farm. That makes a lot more sense. So let's go ahead and grab one of these blue dye things. Grumble. There's a cave under me, apparently. Weird. Then get over to the chicken farm. There's just regular blue. Okay, yes. I did swap out the crops over here with the intent of trying to get some new species. Nothing new crept up, so I'm going to have to readjust that. But I'm not going to spend too much time on that, at least right now. Eventually I'll be getting ore and things like that growing from there. I am going to try to do some of the flowers. This is where the chickens are. But that's not high on my priorities right now. There we go. Come in here. Alright. Smooth stone like this. A feather. And a blue dye. Alright, so the temple blocks have this sort of bluish color to them, and the textures are kind of warped and weird, and also it's not a perfect cube. It has this weird little angle to it, kind of interesting. I guess it faces this direction for the part that sticks out. Kind of neat. Then we've got the holy stone. Let's see here. It also has its own unique sound for walking on it. And then the holy stone has that sort of crystal-y kind of noise, and has these little glowing particles. So I might do that, or I might do the white stone. because some of the structures it doesn't make sense to do the special glowy stuff. I might just use that for a temple. White stone. We've got smooth white stone, which is smooth stone and sugar, and then cobble white stone, same thing there, and then white stone gravel, also a sugar, paved white stone. Oh, okay, that's kind of neat. And then there's also black stone. Is it getting nighttime? It is. Bed. But basically, I spent a lot of time today working on trying to figure out the different things I'm going to need for building, some of the goals that I want to get towards, and for the most part, laying out where I want the wall, because that's going to be a major thing soon enough, as well as in the future stages, it's going to be expanded and used for other things. That's a weird sound. But anyway, those are those two stones that I was talking about there. Let's see here. Is there anything else? There is something called skylight, but I haven't cooked enough glass to demonstrate that. I can just make moss stone by using, let's see here, is it this one? This farm. Using 8 cobblestone surrounding one of these nature essences will provide some cobbles or some moss stone. So I have a means of getting a bunch of moss stone if I want to. So there's a lot of options that I have, as well as things I'm going to encounter while digging. Now, I was planning on building the Hamlet Mine as well as the Smeltery / forge, but I think I'm going to just start working on the actual buildings of things in the next episode. I did lay out the entire wall and started almost dozing off and doing that, which is horrible when I'm out and about and it starts to get nighttime and I'm getting cross-eyed. So I basically am at the end of my energy for today. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up here and then pick up with building projects with the next episode. So thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please feel free to leave a message in the comment section below. I'll do my best to get back to you, whether in the comments or the video themselves. If you like this video and you like what I'm doing here, please feel free to give a like. I do appreciate that. And if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe so you know when my future stuff comes out. But I am going to probably go investigate my pillow here in a bit, so I'm going to let you go. Thank you once again for watching. This is Thorn of Night, and I will talk to you later.